This is James White with Frequent Reviews, specializing in as seen on TV product reviews. Today I'm doing the Tiger Wrench. This supposedly replaces an entire socket set. I'm down here in Santa Ana, California, and my cousin's gonna let me use his shop to test it out. So let's go inside and see how it works. Here it is. It's got a rubberized grip. Has 4 larger sockets on this end, 4 smaller ones on that end. It feels heavy in my hand. It feels pretty sturdy. So I'm heading down to Orange County and I'm taking the Tiger Wrench with me. My cousin owns a shop and he's gonna let me use the facilities down there so I can give it a really good test. I'm also testing out the HD Vision Special Ops while I'm here. That's what I'm wearing right now. That's a different review. But the Tiger Wrench, I should be able to give it a pretty good test down there. Now the Tiger Wrench isn't really a revolutionary design. I'm pretty sure Black & Decker has something that looks just like that that's been around for years, but it is new in the as seen on TV world. But I'll be curious to see how it lives up to the as seen on TV commercials and the advertising hype. Let's head down to Orange County and get this started. All right, so we're gonna try this Tiger Wrench on this 68 Chevy and see how well it actually holds up to the advertising hype. So one of the problems here is you have to find out what size you need. So there it is, okay. This has got some torque on it. They're saying, I think the commercial says you can go up to 45 degrees, and that's definitely it pops off of there whenever you try to go with that kind of angle. You really have to kind of keep it more parallel. Yeah, it works fine when it's parallel, not so much when you try to. You're going to have problems when you've got torque on it when you try to go at an angle like that. Parallel, not so bad. Got some down here. See, at that point, then you can actually take advantage of the angle of the handle. All right, so now let's try this 1932 Roadster. So you get a little bit of interference from this piece because it's a multi-tool instead of just a single one. When you've got a single, by comparison, you have a regular socket, you don't have any interference down there. Right here, see that? It's actually in the way. This is kind of a rare scenario, but there might be cases where you have something like that, where the other pieces come into contact with what you're trying to do. Here's another example where you might have some problems with the extension of the tool itself. This is a 9/16. See, if you look at that, it's hitting right there. Whereas you have this, it's not hitting. So it's kind of a trade-off. If you don't want to carry your tools with you, this works, but sometimes you're going to have situations in a tight space that these are in the way. Another problem, I think they were showing the Tiger Wrench being used in the commercial to loosen the lug nuts on the tires, but the problem is it shows this at 3/4 is the highest, but a lot of tires go up to 13/16, which is a little bit larger than this one can handle. So while this may not work on all tires, not to mention that with such a small handle, it's going to be hard to really get enough torque to tighten them properly. So I'm not sure that this is really ideal for handling tires like they show in the commercial. So the 45-degree angle is fine as long as it doesn't have a lot of torque on it already. See that? That's the problem I'm having also. It's hitting right there too. One advantage the Tiger Wrench does have is it does offer 12-point compatibility. So if you look here, and it does offer compatibility with that, which is kind of a nice feature. So you can see it fits on there nicely. Once again, you have the problem of these larger, not larger, it's shallow, so you're going to have a problem scratching your paint when you're trying to get in there. It really should be deeper to access things like this. See, I would be afraid I would scratch the paint if I tried to turn that. Hey, let's try doing some spark plugs, all right? Oh wait, it's 13/16, we can't do that. Well, if we had a modern engine, we might be able to, but not on this one. I just got back from my cousin's shop trying out the Tiger wrench. He didn't really want to be on camera. Some people are kind of camera shy. He did check it out himself, and I also checked it out as well. And we came to the same conclusion that it's pretty versatile. There's definitely some uses for it, but there's also some limitations as well. When you're trying to loosen something with a lot of torque on it and you want to go at a 45-degree angle, it's just going to slip right off. That happened almost every time we tried that. Another problem is that because these are so shallow, working in a tight space and you have these protruding from the side, sometimes they become problematic. But as far as replacing an entire socket set, that's not going to happen. So I've been home from California for a couple days using my Tiger wrench. I watched the commercial back for Tiger wrench, and it finally occurred to me why I wasn't having as good of results as they were showing in the advertising. That's because it appears to me that they were advertising a prototype, and the prototype does not match what I found in my Tiger wrench. Check this out. Take a look at how shallow these sockets are. If you look at the commercial, the sockets are significantly deeper than this. That would actually account for the problems that I had at the 45-degree angle slipping off, and it also would account for the problem I had with clearance when I was trying to work in tight spaces. A deeper socket would also remedy that as well. So it appears to me that they may have changed the prototype. In fact, if you look closely, there's two versions of the Tiger wrench in the commercial. There's one with the deeper sockets and the oval logo, one with the oval logo and the smaller, shallower sockets like I have. They don't have one with the rectangular logo like I have. So it certainly has evolved since the commercial was made, and not for the better. I also verified by watching the commercial back that they do show it being used on a tire, and there's no way you're going to get enough torque with something this small unless you stand on it and hope it doesn't slip off. This really isn't going to be good for use with tires, assuming that you can get it on the tire if it's not 13/16, because this only goes to 3/4. So once again, I think the Tiger wrench is a pretty versatile tool, but it would have been better if they released one that looked like the prototype and not like this. All right, one more comparison, not to beat a dead horse too much here. I have the commercial paused here at the 12-second mark. Excuse the screen flicker. But as you can see, this is 5/8 here and 11/16 there. Now compare it to the one that I have, 5/8 at top, 11/16 there. Look at the difference in the depth between the two. If this had been as deep as that is, I think that the problems I had would be lessened. Maybe not completely eliminated, but certainly lessened. This is definitely different than the one they're showing in the commercial. If you're interested, it's just starting to roll out to the shelves right now, so you keep an eye out for it. I think I paid $21 for it at an ASEAN TV store in Vegas. My guess is most places will have it for about $20. Have you used a Tiger wrench or something like it? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for more ASEAN TV product reviews from me, James White, with Freakin' Reviews.